It's all about you. Did you want me to resend it real quick, or do you have
It's also about Elizabeth. Elizabeth told me to ask because she was too good.
Do you want me to send it right now? I have. You have it right away?
Yeah, that'd be great. I just can't be bothered to go look through my emails. I can, but hi, Jeff.
Why not, Patrick? Why can't you look through your email?
Well, because I'm kind of a Luddite when it comes to technology.
A Luddite, huh? I never would have guessed.
Okay, just send it.
Why, thank you, Beth.
Are we waiting for Jen Talon?
Speaking of Luddites.
And Councillor Talon is joining the webinar now.
Great, thank you. Okay, at the time, I'd like to call the January 21st, 2020 regular meeting of the Common Council of the City of Plattsburgh to order at 5 p.m. Ms. Carlin, will you please conduct a roll call?
We need to do the Pledge of Allegiance first, I think.
You know, I don't have a flag in here.
You want to do it or no?
Pardon me?
You want to do the pledge or no?
Well, if I skip the pledge, do you know what's going to happen on Facebook?
I have a flag for you out here.
All right, where is it? I'm gonna rise. I'm gonna rise. Please join me in rise for the flag. Rise for the pledge. Oh, there we go. All right, rise and join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, Ms. Carlin, will you please conduct the roll call?
Mayor Rosenquist?
I'm here.
Councilor Canales?
I'm here.
Councilor Kelly?
Here.
Councilor Gibbs?
Here.
Councilor Talon?
Here.
Councilor McFarland?
I'm here, Beth.
Councilor Moore?
Here.
All councilors have received a copy of the minutes of the January 7th, 2020 regular meeting. If there are no additions, corrections, or deletions, I will entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Gibbs, second by Canales. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I will now recognize those in attendance in the audience who wish to share their thoughts and concerns with the council on any topic. Please raise your hand in the Zoom chat to be acknowledged. And when called upon, please state your legal name and address for the record. And in accordance to the rules of order, all speakers will be given 5 minutes to address the council.
Mayor, there's currently no one with their hands raised in the attendee list.
Okay, thank you. We will now go on to committee reports. Each standing committee is chaired by a counselor, and I will call on the chairperson of each committee, starting with City Operations, Councilor McFarland.
Yes, we had our first city operations meeting on, I don't know, I think it was January 7th maybe, but it went well. We had nothing really on the agenda. We just sort of discussed what we hope to accomplish in the committee, what items or what issues departments will cover. Our next meeting will be the second Monday of February at 5 o'clock, and we'll be appearing by Zoom probably, unless something changes between now and then or regarding the pandemic. But we look forward to it, and that's really all the update I have.
Thank you, McFarland. Finance and Economic Development, I will give that report. There are a number of resolutions on tonight's agenda from the Finance and Economic Development, Community Development meeting. A number of those has to deal with Arts Park and parts of the DRI implementation, changes to the farmers market project, and a number of other items that we sent through on the meeting agenda. City Infrastructure, Councilor Moore.
We haven't had our first meeting yet, so I don't really have a full report on that yet, but we will be meeting next week.
And Public Safety, Councilor Gibbs.
Yes, we had our meeting this week, our first meeting of the year this week. We had lengthy discussion about a number of things. Everything is enshrined in our minutes, and it was live streamed, so you can view it there. Other than that, I have no updates at this time.
We will now move on to liaison reports. Plattsburgh Public Library, Councilor McFarland.
Sorry, Mayor. No updates at this time.
Plattsburgh Municipal Lighting Department, Councilor Kelly. Councilor Kelly, you're on mute, sorry.
I'm sorry. Our first meeting is April 29th.
Okay, thank you. Are there any staff member reports, Mr. Schneller?
No, Mayor, although I do anticipate a need for an executive session, which we can get to at the end of the meeting. The basis for that would be a personnel matter involving a particular person, and then some CBA, collective bargaining negotiation discussions.
Thank you. And there is one special committee report. We did get an update from the Public Safety Citizens Review Panel that was submitted on the 19th of January. I had a fantastic meeting with that group. They are on track to present some recommendations from that committee to both the community to get some community feedback, and then submit those recommendations to the council for review, and internal review into our police for the police department to review, and then with the, honestly, the ideal situation is that we can get those recommendations well before the April 1st deadline to solidify and plan for. Okay, now I will now entertain a motion to approve the payrolls of various city departments for the weeks ending January 20th, 2021. Can I get a motion? Councilor Moore, second. Councilor Kelly. Roll call.
Councilor Canales? Councilor Kelly?
Yes.
Councilor Gibbs?
Yes.
Councilor Talon?
Yes.
Councilor McFarland?
Yes.
Councilor Moore?
Yes.
I will now entertain a motion to approve the bills audited by the Common Council for the week ending January 22nd, 2021. Motion. Councilor Canales, second. Councilor McFarland. Roll call.
Councilor Canales?
Yes.
Councilor Kelly?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs,
Yes.
Counselor Talon,
Yes.
Counselor McFarland,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Before voting on the following resolutions, I do want to note that the majority of these resolutions have been thoroughly discussed by the appropriate council and department heads. We're now going to take action on those items in large part due to the recommendation of the committee that those resolutions have come from. Ms. Carlin, would you please read the titles of the resolutions to be acted upon?
Revised Capital Project H5110.70, 2019 Broad Street Parking Lot.
Motion by Councilor Gibbs, second by Councilor Canales. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Canales,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs,
Yes.
Counselor Talon,
Yes.
Counselor McFarland,
No.
no?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Well, no, yes, that was a no. If that helps.
Yes,
Yes,
it was a
no.
yes.
My vote is no.
No. Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Passed.
Revised Capital Project H5110.73, 2019 Farmers Market Improvements.
Motion by Councilor Gibbs, second by Councilor Kelly. Roll call.
Counselor Canales,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs,
Yes.
Counselor Talon,
Yes.
Counselor McFarland,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Carried.
Revised Capital Project H5110.65, 2018 Arnie Pavone Memorial Parking Plaza.
Motion by Councilor Moore, second by Councilor Gibbs. Roll call.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, maybe
I'm sorry. Discussion. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe some small discussion. I know these were discussed in detail 2 weeks ago at the Finance and Community Development Committee. But I'm just thinking for anyone watching online, they might want just like a brief description of what it is, in case they didn't watch the meeting 2 weeks ago or need a reminder. That's just an idea, but I will defer to your judgment on that.
Well, if we get into discussion of every single item that we've already discussed, we're going to be here for quite some time. So I would recommend, that's the reason why we have those committee meetings, that they're public, they're publicly streamed. We do invite the public to attend those meetings, to hear those conversations and the detailed discussions that we have of each item. Other than that, we're probably just going to be rehashing the same conversations that we've been hashing. That would be my recommendation.
Okay, that's fine.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Canales,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs,
Yes.
Counselor Talon,
Yes.
Counselor McFarland,
No.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Carried.
approving 2020 year-end budget adjustments.
Motion by Councilor McFarland, second by Councilor Gibbs. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Canales? I'm sorry, Counselor Canales?
Yes.
Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor McFarland?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes.
Carried.
Approving budget adjustment from Mayor's Office payroll to Municipal Association dues and authorizing payment of membership dues with NICOM.
Motion. Councilor Gibbs, second Councilor Moore. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Canales? Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon,
Yes.
Counselor McFarland,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Carried.
approving budget adjustment from Finance Department data processing contract services to data processing capital outlay.
Motion by Counselor Gibbs, second by Counselor Kelly. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Canales, Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs,
Yes.
Counselor Talon, Counselor Talon,
I think she
looks
froze.
like Counselor's frozen. Counselor Talon,
Sorry.
Counselor Talon, your vote? Counselor McFarland,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Carried.
approving budget adjustment from Mayor's Office non-payroll compensation to contracted services.
Motion by Counselor Gibbs, second by Counselor Canales. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Canales,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs,
Yes.
Counselor Talon,
Yes. Sorry, I got frozen there for a moment.
no problem. Counselor McFarland,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Carried.
approving construction contract for the Arts Park plumbing work.
Motion by Counselor Gibbs, second by Counselor Canales. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Canales,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs,
Yes.
Counselor Talon,
Yes.
Counselor McFarland,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Carried.
approving construction contract for the Arts Park general construction work.
Motion by Counselor Gibbs, second by Counselor Canales. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Canales,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs,
Yes.
Counselor Talon,
Yes.
Counselor McFarland, Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Carried.
approval of change order number 1 and number 2 to the Plattsburgh Farmers and Crafters Market relocation project.
Motion by Counselor Canales, second by Counselor Gibbs. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Canales,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs,
Yes.
Counselor Talon,
Yes.
Counselor McFarland,
No.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Carried.
approving DRI marketing signage and branding project contract extension.
Motion by Counselor Canales, second by Counselor Gibbs. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Canales,
No.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs,
Yes.
Counselor Talon,
Yes.
Counselor McFarland,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Carried.
approval of DRI's Arts Park change order number 1 for sewer reconstruction contract.
Motion by Counselor Canales, second by Counselor Gibbs. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Canales,
Yes.
Counselor Kelly,
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs,
Yes.
Counselor Talon,
Yes.
Counselor McFarland,
No.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Carried.
Approving contract agreement with Ann Russo Holland for consulting services related to the revival of the city's revolving loan program.
Motion by Councilor Gibbs, second by Councilor McFarland. Discussion.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what we can accomplish with these revolving loan programs when we can get them up and running to their full potential. So I look forward to this.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Canales?
Yes.
Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor McFarland?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
yes,
Carried.
Authorizing ADA PC proposal for supplemental architectural and engineering design services for the Plattsburgh Farmers and Crafters Market relocation project.
Motion by Councilor Gibbs, second by Councilor Kelly. Discussion.
Yes, I've got a question, Mr. Mayor.
Yes,
Right
please.
here it says that it's a cost, city cost is not applicable. Is there going to be a cost to the city at all?
There is no cost to the city for this relocation project. It is all part of the DRI grant.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Canales?
Yes.
Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor McFarland?
Yes, Beth.
Counselor Moore?
yes,
Carried. Sorry.
Authorizing reimbursement of overpayment of fees not to exceed $7,000.
Motion by Councilor Canales, second by Councilor Gibbs. Discussion.
Yeah, can you just remind me what this one's
I was going to jump in before anybody. I was going to jump in. So there was a. I'll try to put this as succinctly as possible. There was a miscategorization of a city property from a small commercial, which it should have been classified as residential. What happened was this person has been, their electric rates have been charged as a commercial rate probably over the last 20 years. And so the analysis has been done or is in process, and it looks like we are going to have to repay an amount back to them, but that repayment is not to exceed $7,000, and that comes out of MLD's fund as well. That does not come out of the general fund. Any further discussion? Councilor Kelly? Sorry, can't hear you.
Did you say that this was a residential property that was supposed to be commercial?
No. It's a residential property that had been misclassified as commercial, and it was being the electric rates was being charged as a small commercial electric rate. So essentially, they were being overcharged their electric rate.
I was thinking, and I could be wrong about this, that the commercial rate was lower than the residential rate.
Well, I don't know if that's the case for this particular. That was not the case for this particular instance, and this has been going on for about 20 years now.
Huh.
Mike, I think if you look on your electric bill, it's like the first so many kilowatt hours are actually at a lower rate. So I think the residential rate and the commercial rate are about 4.6 cents per kilowatt hour. But if you're residential, that first, I forget what it is off the top of my head, but that first 10,000 or 100,000 kilowatt hours are at like 2.6%, or 2.6 cents per kilowatt hour. And I think it's the industrial rate that's 0.6 cents per kilowatt hour. That's quite a bit lower.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, McFarland. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Canales?
Yes.
Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor McFarland?
Yes, Beth.
Counselor Moore?
yes,
Carried.
Authorizing agreement and authorizes payment Coughlin and Gerhart LLP.
Motion by Councilor Gibbs, second by Councilor McFarland. Discussion. Roll call.
Counselor Canales?
No.
Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor McFarland?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes.
Carried.
Adopting fine schedule for 2020 local law P-5 alarm system permit.
I'm sorry, I don't have that resolution in front of me. Motion. Counselor Gibbs, second. Can I get a second on that, please? Counselor McFarland. Discussion.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for it in my papers here.
Sorry, I'm sorry. It looks like I missed everybody's packet, but just to give a quick summary, this was part of 2020 local law P4, which is the alarm system, the false alarm system permit fine structure. The question on the local law itself was setting a permit fee for people who hosted or had a fire alarm. It's been determined by the building inspector that fee would be a $0 fee. So that's the resolution in front of you right now.
Okay,
But sorry, there still is going to be a fine for false alarms. So that doesn't prevent the punitive aspect of having multiple false alarms in the city and having city resources expended to respond to those alarms.
Yeah, so this is from our public safety meeting this week. And it was decided that the registration fee, that's what this resolution is.
Correct.
The registration fee is $0, but there will still be a fee structure in place for the false alarms that go off. So that's what this is for.
Yeah, and I think the fine structure is set up like the first one's free, the second one's free,
Yeah.
the third one's like a $50 fine, and then it rises up from there. So
I think it even expands up a little bit quicker than that, Patrick, Councilor McFarland. And what I'll do is, following this meeting, I'll send out that fee schedule.
So
Yeah, and that fee schedule is enshrined in the local law when we approved it last year.
Correct.
Yeah. But yeah, so the permits are not going to be. Should we make a motion to change it to adopting the permit fee schedule instead of fine schedule?
No, because that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about the apartment fee schedule.
No, but this is to get the permit. This is to register your alarm. The word fine trips me up.
I understand what you're saying.
But yeah, I don't think we really need to amend the resolution. So we can move the question.
I will say that the body of the resolution outlines the fee schedule, not the fine schedule. I'm sorry that got missed. Go ahead, Councilor Kelly, please.
This fee that we're talking about, or non-fee, I guess I should say, somebody has to do the work for that. And that means that the taxpayers are paying for that service or that requirement that we have for people who install alarms. And this year, I would say $0 is just fine because we don't really know what it costs at this point. But next year, I'd really like to look at this and say, okay, here's what this costs. Who's going to bear that cost? Is it going to be the taxpayers, or is it going to be the people who are installing alarms? So let's have that discussion next year or later this year, please, as we move into 2022, and talk about how do we pay for that service and who pays for it.
Okay, just to be clear on this, there's the fee for the alarm system permit is not an installation of any alarm systems themselves. It is similar to a registry where people who own alarms would need to register their alarm. And the question about registering their alarm itself was, are we going to require them a fee to register their alarm on top of the punitive. It is punitive. Punitive fee, fines for false alarms that do go off. So the question is, I think Kelly, Councilor Kelly, for Joe's office, which Joe did set this fee at 0, was that the registry of that is going to expend little to no effort on his end, but it's more of the expense that the city has to bear when we send out our emergency response, and there's nothing to respond to.
Yeah, I understand that, but there is a cost. There is a cost for registration, and it may be very, very small. We don't know what it is, but the point is that if we don't charge the alarm holders, we're essentially charging the taxpayers. So I'd like to just have that discussion again next year and say, well, what does it really cost to do this registration and maintain the records and all that associated work, and then have the right people pay for it. So it's something to think about.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Kelly. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Counselor Canales?
Yes.
Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Counselor Gibbs?
Yes.
Counselor Talon?
Yes.
Counselor McFarland?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes.
Carried.
Reestablish the City of Plattsburgh Landlord Tenant Advisory Committee.
Motion. Councilor McFarland, second. Councilor Gibbs, discussion.
Yes, I do have
yes.
a couple of questions.
Please.
This is something that we discussed at our public safety meeting, and I see the resolution here. And I did ask this question the other night, and no one was able to answer. So the committee includes the following. I'm looking at the resolution. 2 city councilors, so that's currently Councilor Kelly and Councilor Moore. 2 property owners or managers who provide commercial rental spaces within the city. 2 tenants who rent residential spaces within the city. 1 member at large who provide valuable insight, and 1 employee of the building inspector's office. I do believe that is Shalice. But do we have a list of the members?
Councilor Gibbs, that list is in the actual resolution.
Well, it is in the document, the supporting, not the resolution here, I'm sorry, the supporting documents that we got. I'm looking right at it.
Are you at, what your question is, do we actually have a list of people that are going to serve in those roles?
Yeah.
Yes, it's in the resolution. The resolution packet that was sent to you, it is part of the text of the actual resolution.
Oh, yes, there it is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem. Go.
So currently then, the landlords listed here are going to be serving?
Correct.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry for that.
No, you're fine. And as promised after our meeting, I did reach out and got a couple of names of people that it seemed like they would be interested. I reached out to them individually, asked them explicitly, are you interested in serving on this committee? They both said yes. So thank them for doing that. And then, and just to be clear that, and as I summarized in a message to you all, but for the record, for the meeting minutes, this committee is tasked only with defining the fee schedule for registering into the rental registry. I'm asking that this committee take the next 4 weeks to resolve that question in partnership with each other, and it's a pretty well-rounded representation, I should say, of the community and stakeholders. I want to make sure that people who are going to be the most impacted, whether they be tenants or landlords, are part of this conversation to help define that fee structure. And then again, the urgency at which I'm asking them to resolve this is within 1 week, and I don't think that is a insurmountable task. I think with the help of the building inspector's office to understand the burden, the financial burden it's going to take to implement the registry law in general, and level-headed, reasonable people get into the room and coming up with something that's fair for everybody. I think that's expected and hoped for. And then after that 1 month, the committee will be dissolved. However, as we heard, and as I heard from that committee, and that's another committee that I reached out to meet with to just gauge where they were at with everything and how things were going, there are a number of other concerns that they came up with, that concerns that are valid and we don't want to ignore in our community when it comes to living here and growing here and renting here and being landlord and homeowners here. So after this committee resolves this question, I think at that point we will come back to the table to determine how do we address a number of the issues that they did raise in a way that's ongoing, whether that be a livable communities or another tenant landlord committee or whatever that looks like. But there are a number of issues that we don't want to ignore that did come out of that committee that we will want to address ongoing.
Mayor Rosenquist, I'd like to thank you for all the legwork you've done in the last couple of days to get this thing done. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Any further discussion? Thank you. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Are there any additional resolutions to come to? Yes, Councilor Kelly. Okay. Are there any further resolutions to come before this council? Is there any new business to come before this council? Okay, I will now entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss a matter of a personnel matter and a negotiation of collective bargaining unit.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Second. Councilor Gibbs. We are now in executive session, everybody.
Wait, we need sorry, Mayor, we need a vote on that motion.
Yep. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you, Dean. Now, folks, we do have a link that goes over, and everybody watching live stream, we will come back to this Zoom link, so hang tight. And once we're completed in our executive session, we'll return. We don't expect to have any resolutions to pass at that point, but you're more than welcome to hang out while we exit the Zoom chat. Thank you. Okay, folks, we're just waiting for the other members of the council to join.
Don't forget to say that we're back from executive session and all that good stuff.
I'll wait till everybody rejoins.
Okay.
We're waiting for Councilor Moore.
I didn't get lost this.
Great. Well, welcome back, everybody. We are now returned back from executive session. We don't expect any, we will not have any items coming out as a result of the executive session. So I will entertain a motion to exit executive session. Councilor Canales, second by Councilor McFarland. All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye. And if there's no other items to come before this council, I will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, Councilor McFarland, motion, Councilor Canales, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Excellent. Thank you. This meeting is now adjourned. Thanks, folks.